Hello, pretty geeks, and welcome back to my channel. I know that I don't have a webcam yet, but that will be coming soonish. And yeah, I thought I would record and pop up a video anyway. We're playing Sims 4 today, and if you saw in the beginning, I have all of the expansion packs, so I pull a little bit of stuff from everywhere. But yeah, so right now I am wanting to build in Forgotten Hollow a community center, because if you notice, especially if you just got it, there's really nothing for vampires to do in town. There's like a little park that you can't edit, and unless you're trying to sneak up on someone that's, unsuspecting human or hanging out with your vampire bros, there's not really a lot to do. So yeah, I went through and I moved out the count and demolished his house, which there's probably some horrible vampire rule against, but I needed the space. I like this lot a lot, and I don't know. I think it is worth it. So I really wanted to create this house or building as kind of an area that fills in a lot of different needs, whether you're, no matter what your Sims interests are. And I will just warn you ahead of time, I am still really new at this whole audio thing, so I'm gonna basically just be talking to you for the next half an hour. Okay? Hope you're okay with that. I'm okay with that, so hopefully you're okay with that. Yeah. So, as I was saying, there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different lot types here. So it is on the gallery, just under general, because I believe, I did my best to keep checking on it, but I did my best to, what is the word I'm thinking of? Make sure that it fills all of the needs for every different area. So the lower level has a karaoke area, a gym, a library, an art museum / art center, and there's a cafe. That one goes up probably the most floors, the most space, and there is a small spa as well as a kind of a community activity area. And I really wanted to kind of encompass everyone, so you'll see that there's a slight bit of difference in the style of the building itself, and right now I'm just kind of working on the outside of it, and I'll kind of tweak it as we go along, and I'm just going to kind of keep adding and going. Usually I do my builds a little bit differently, and I will actually like build the individual rooms and then kind of just compile them into a house shape. But I really wanted to create this like row house, or not quite house, but you see, it's kind of house-like. It's kind of cute, I think. Kind of style to the building, and yeah. So I had an idea of how I wanted it, and you'll see later I did put space in for a couple curtains, but I am actually not going to be adding windows to it, which if you are doing a regular lot, it's up on the gallery, so you're free to pop it down and take it. So if you're doing a regular lot, you'll probably want to add windows in there, but seeing as this is for the vampires, I really didn't want to mess with it, because then you're messing with the curtains, and it's just a huge waste of space when you're dealing with such a small area. For some of the vampires can't be by windows at all, so I just skipped it, and right now I'm just framing it in. I wanted a couple different styles to the house here, and yeah, so I'm still kind of toying with the idea of adding windows at this point, so I'm trying to see how to frame everything out, but yeah, I kind of skip it. So one of the things I really like about building here is that you'll notice that I do a lot of tweaking. Some of the room layouts will change a little bit, because at first I really liked that this one was kind of blocked in there, and then I kind of wanted to adjust the way that the room was set up. But this is our first little area. It is just the tiniest little karaoke area. It's not even like a full karaoke bar, because if you're following all of its demands, then it wants you to have, um, like a bar in the bar. But yeah, I thought it would be kind of more fun to skip it. And so I just went with a little karaoke area, a place for people to sit and kind of hang out. And then I threw in a little bit of decorating once I figured out what kind of furnishings I wanted. And I wanted to go with a really simple, kind of monochromatic look here. And I think I did accent with a bit of gold, but otherwise, that was kind of it. I just wanted it to be kind of simple and kind of a fun little area. So there we go. That's it. All done. And I really liked it. And you notice that this is the room that has the outdoor steps, like the fire escape style. And I really like doing that with these longer builds like this, especially with such skinny rooms. You'll notice every now and again, in build mode at least, the stairs can get in your freaking way all the time, and it's kind of a pain in the rump. You don't really notice them quite as much when you're playing. I do my best to play test them. I just made this build yesterday, so I didn't fully play test absolutely everything and make sure you can reach everything by everywhere. But I think it's pretty easy to do, especially when you are going with vampires. I feel like they get stuck a whole lot less, especially if you have them set to fly everywhere as a bat. It just goes faster. It's a little bit easier. I started doing that when I took the vampire curse for her to hate sunlight, which I think I'm gonna ditch. But I'm not sure if I'm going to ditch that and just keep playing my same one, or if maybe I want to try someone new, because I feel like she wants to be part of the city, even though, I don't know, people don't seem to like her quite as much, because she gets a little sassy, a little bit. So yeah, no, I'm just trying to figure out if, or what kind of decorations I want in these different areas. The gym, I really didn't do a whole lot. There are definitely more things you could be putting into these areas, especially if you're doing them as more of a single type lot. And there's some really cute decor items that work with these color schemes, that work with these rooms. But I skipped them because this is a really stinking heavy lot. And like I have a pretty good video card, and every now and again it gets kind of growly at me, even so, because these lots are a lot for them to handle, no pun intended, because it's a lot for your computer to load. And remember, in the old Sims there were loading screens between a lot of these different things. We didn't have quite as many decor items and knickknacks, and I know we always want more, but we have a lot for in comparison. So yeah, it can be just kind of a pain in the butt for your computer in general. Oh yeah, this bathroom is infuriating, so you can feel free to skip through this part if you want, because it was such a pain in my ass, because I'm such a completionist and I wanted to have these little accessories in there, even though vampires don't really need most of these things. Like, their needs just are not like that. But I didn't want to exclude any humans from my non-human, or mortals from our immortal little land. So yeah, I wanted it to be something that you could use in other areas, or with human peoples and whatnot. So yeah, so I kept it with the kind of a black and red theme. I wanted to use a lot of the actual vampire pack stuff, because I know sometimes I will get a pack and I will use the crap out of it, and then it'll be like, okay, bye. So I played with quite a bit of the Halloween pack, which was kind of exciting because I was really, really into it in the beginning, and then it kind of just became it wasn't quite as exciting. It's like it wasn't as full of a pack as we've really had before, and meh. It's a cute pack if you get it in a bundle, or if you really like those sides of the goth packs. It's kind of neat. I kind of blend them a little bit, but at the same time, I didn't want to be like full bore, completely stereotypical vampires. So I wanted some classic pieces too, which you'll see in this next section of the lot, which is our library. And I wanted it to be someplace where your vampires can really study, and it's just easier to get the different materials. So I don't know if it saves it if I unlock a book and then put it in the bookshelf and save it, but I tried. So I tried. So let me know if it works or not. Yeah, because I know when it moves I save it, but I don't know if it like passes down in community lots or not. It's weird. Anyway, I wanted to go with a really pale, nice classic design, and here I'm just sizing up one of the newer rugs to add just a little bit of depth and a little bit of dimension, and just kind of gently with the accessories and such. And yeah, right now I'm picking the colors because I don't want it to be too childlike, so I do end up, yeah, skipping out on those because it's kind of easy to go really juvenile or really busy in some of these. So my next one I kept juvenile because I wanted some place for the younger vamps to study. I like having the families, and I've been a lot more into having my families lately. Mostly probably because toddlers. I've been a big fan of the single lay for a long time, and then all of a sudden toddlers came in and I'm like, well, yes, it's time to have a baby. And it's just kind of been working with that. So I wanted an area that your child and your teen vamps could study and kind of hang out with friends. So I think it's kind of a cute space for that. Okay, and also you'll notice that I'm using a couple different types of objects that you don't normally use on like your home lot, specifically like the computers. So if you want their boost, make sure that you turn their actual boost on, otherwise they just kind of hang out like that. Oh, I love that little rug. It doesn't, it's not seamless, but I think it's so cute. I really wanted the circle rug right there. What was I saying? Yeah. So I really picked them out mostly because I like them, but also because I thought that they had some pretty cool qualities. Light. And yeah, I'm trying to pick out a tiny shelf for in there. Anyway, so yeah, they have some really cool qualities. If you want it to be a really studious space, it'll make it really easy for your Sims/Vamps to focus in there. Or you can leave it off if you don't want the artificial boost, the stuff boost. You'll see that kind of littered through the whole lot, though. Oh, gracious, pardon me. Then I'll throw in different furniture items, different decoration items, things like that. Usually it's just something that gives it an even higher boost to room or something like that. But otherwise it might actually be something that gives particularly high boost to skills that you're learning in those areas. There we go. There we go. I have a brain. This is a long time to talk. Okay. And up here I wanted a cool kind of spell room, and I actually take those little books out. They are a purely decorative sort of thing. And I thought about leaving like an actual potion thing in there, but it didn't work for me. The way that it looked, it irked me. So I ended up popping it out, and we switched it for a really pretty bar actually. And I'm kind of so on this room. I feel like there's more that I could do, or that just could be done in general. So yeah, I really like it otherwise though. There's no computer up here, so feel free to add one, obviously. Because I wanted it to seem like, oh, this is someplace that you just, you're studying and trying your best to make some actual potions. And as you know, or you will learn, the vampire potions are made at a couple different places. I mean, if you want to do science potions, you need that science center desk that I just deleted. You can use a grill, and I think now you can use the stove, maybe. For herbology potions, regular vampiric potions you can do at a bar though. So I didn't want to throw it all in there because that would have been a major potion center. So I think maybe I'll just do, I think I'll do like a little witch's lair update, because I think that I think that I actually got rid of my old witch's lair. So, and now I'm switching out the lights because I wanted it to be kind of a warm, a little bit warmer light. How it was so cool downstairs, it just kind of changes up the environment. Oh, I like that picture in the other area. So yeah, and if you didn't see in the beginning, I have just put move objects on, and that will allow you to stack your lights, so you don't have to have a shit ton of lights, because otherwise it can get ridiculous. I was so happy when I learned that, because like before I used to just have like rows and rows of lights because I like it really bright, and even if you want to pop some of the lights out, it's still kind of fine. I tend to make my interiors really bright, and it doesn't really bother the vampires. It's outdoor light that really bothers them. So yeah, so I finished up in there, and I'm just throwing together a little spa. I messed around with it a little bit. The change with the lighting engine is kind of weird. They don't really allow light to transfer down, so I moved the chandelier because it bothered me where it was, because it's just not logical, because the over space is empty. But the new lighting engine, it just doesn't transfer the light properly. And here I'm trying to center it. It ticks me off. But you see what I mean? It doesn't actually light up the lower areas. So I do go back through and add some more lighting, but not a ton. I actually didn't make it quite as bright, just so it's kind of relaxing and a little bit sexy. I think it's a little bit sexy. You don't have to think so. I think so. So yeah, the massage chair looked really cute where those little club chairs are. However, it didn't work, which is why I switched it out. And yes, you can have rugs in doorways. So I left those club chairs there though, because they have a really obnoxious comfort level, like a 7, and I'm a huge fan of that. So yes. And yeah, so now I just started working on the art area, starting with the Forgotten Woman. She's just sized up. So I wanted some sculptures or ceramics or pottery, whatever you want to call it. The sculptures are the main level. There's not super heavy in them. I don't really deal with a whole lot of sculptures, but I liked the way it was set up. I thought it was cute, and yeah, I wanted it to be something super simple and yeah, just kind of pretty. And that one has a flag. It's got a cute flag outside. Oh, if you saw me playing with the day to night filter, it tends to be dark most of the time here, seeing as the vampires can't be in the sun. And so outside right now is afternoon, so it is as bright as it gets outside here, so your vamps are pretty safe. I struggled so much with the floor. I don't like this orange at all. It reminds me of Bomb when I see it
on the screen again. Like, I loved it at first, and then I was like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work at all. So it started bugging me. So I switched it out, and it more so matches the walls, which are from the Spa Day pack. And then I kind of went with the like the portrait walls, like the paintings. I really liked the big frames that were in yellow, but I didn't really like that you had to leave them in the gold, so I decided to go with the Halloween and the vampire images, and that first picture I feel like is base game, maybe? I think so. Um, so yeah, and then I wanted an actual work area like you see in the new um, blah, 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 art center editions. So an area for them to all actually work. And you can paint at any easel, but if people are standing in the way or talking, you cannot paint at every easel because they like to be infuriating, which is unfortunate. And you'll notice that this is the part of the lot that has like probably some of the most detail. At least it's definitely the most detail for its size. Um, but I love making art areas. I wanted it to be functional and I wanted it to be pretty. So that's what I did. So playing with a lot of move objects, and if you are having trouble loading it or your game is just a little bit buggy or slow, feel free to pop into it and just delete some of it because I got a lot of clutter in there or a lot of additional items. So I put them up on their shelves or, underneath or sitting on the tables just so it makes it seem like, people are actually working in there, and I love filling out shelves. So I could not help myself. Yeah. Oh, my little figure model. I absolutely love her. I do adore her. So yeah, that is the end of the art room sans one donkey because I needed it. And I skipped a little bit because I played with the floors and some of the siding and played with just the stairs in general. And this is going to be the cafe. Right, I definitely went with that same kind of youthful palette that we used in the library for in our little cafe here. And I just wanted it to have that bright and airiness. Obviously, again, feel free to change out the music speakers and anything else that you want to. It's super duper easy to change out colors or anything like that. So yeah, I think that this one would be a really cute design to kind of stand on its own regardless, and then you could put in a lot more detail if you did so desire. And yeah, I kind of desire. I think I might actually pop down part of this lot, just this cafe bit, and some other town areas because I think it's super duper cute, and I like having a lot of cafes, and I think it would be a really fun place to be if it was a normal cafe. Most of my towns, they don't have bars or what are words do they call them? The clubs, the lounge. I usually skip that. I don't know. I don't think that it's fun IRL. So I kind of, yes, movie screen. I did. I kept it. It's great. You can take it out if you want and just put a giant piece of art there. I want the movie screen. I was so excited. Um, anyway, yeah, I don't find it a super fun thing to do. And honestly, since there aren't that doesn't match, but I love the color. But, wow, I distracted myself. Meh. Um, in the old Sims games, they had funny reactions, and you could be like some sort of low key intoxicated in them, and I thought that was funny. And now you can make potions to give reactions to people, which you could still do that in places like this. So I'm kind of a fan of that. Um, but I like that clubs can meet in cafes. I like that, it's normal and it's kind of cool to be artsy or, you know, spend your day reading, or it can be a hangout spot, or it can be kind of chill, or it can be someplace for family. So I really wanted to encompass like a lot of these ideas, and I messed with these tables quite a bit, and I'm not 100% sold on what I did with them. um, this is always my problem, like when I make restaurants and everything, I don't know exactly what I want to do with the tables and seating, because I don't really play in groups a super ton. Like even if I have like club meetings and things like that, I tend to have the clubs meet up at my house or kind of hang out in that way. So yeah, I'm kind of still getting used to, like, as long as it's been out, I'm still getting used to the way that you go on dates here in Sims 4 compared to some of the other versions, especially Sims 3. I really love the way dating works. I mean, it wasn't perfect by any means. Like, there were definitely times that, you and your date would go somewhere and you'd sit at completely opposite tables and just shout across the restaurant to each other. But I feel like that made it kind of an extra bit of just quirk and fun. I really like that, actually, because now you don't have to stay by your date's side either. But I also don't know what is the grading scale that they're giving to me, because I feel like sometimes I'm doing super great on these dates, and other times they're like, "Ooh, wow, I never want to talk to you again." I was like, "Well, you have to. We have a baby together. You live at my house." It's weird, kind of close to real life, I guess. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so the middle floor here, it looks pretty busy. Yeah, that's when I realized that I didn't have waste disposal everywhere I needed to. Um, and if you hate the sink, delete the sink. Make a pathway into the bathrooms or something. 'Cause I think that might help a little bit. Um, yeah, because otherwise you're gonna have stacks of cups, because no sim is gonna walk all the way to an actual trash can from there. So I do so apologize. Alright, and now we are on the deck part. We are almost done. I am almost through talking. It's going to be so exciting. And actually, believe I super speed up through some of these parts, and I don't even show all of the detail because this is getting really long, and I recorded for over 4 hours, and like I stopped recording every now and again when I was like super stuck or trying out a bajillion different options. Like I need to pick the exact right freaking staircase or the right flooring or wall covering or something like that, which is silly because it's something that can change and anyone can change. But at the same time, it's kind of normal because I feel like we all do that. We all kind of feel pressure to I don't know. I don't even want to say make it perfect, but just make it like feel right to us. And yeah, it just means a lot to me like that. So yeah, now I'm working on the final area. This is community activities, so someplace where you can sit and hang out, since there's not really a place to do that really at the park. And I realized at the kind of close to the end that I didn't actually put in chess tables, which I usually at least toss in everywhere, but they are at the park if you need them. Otherwise, pop them in. It ain't hard, because that would actually really work in the center room here, which is just going to be all activities. Yeah, like traditional community center activities. Well, not all of them, because there's going to be hookah, but I say that works. It works because I say so. And yeah, I wanted you to have the ability to be able to have a caterer so you could use it for parties in here. So there is a full-fledged freaking kitchen, which is also really handy for certain clubs if you have cooking as part of it. Though I didn't actually add gardening, and I usually add gardening plots outside, but I have been having my sim do it at her house because she's loaded and I don't even understand how it happened, but it just happened. So, yeah. So feel free to add that. There's plenty of room outside, especially once I move the lot around. You'll see in a little bit. Because that can be kind of really cool, actually. Alright, and we got a little bit of Zerbert here where I was just being dumb. I was like answering answering messages or something. Yeah. I don't know. I was probably playing on my phone. TBH. Ooh, or maybe that was when I had my egg roll. I don't know. I know, because I know there's 2 pauses, and I don't know if I missed it because I've just been talking, or if it didn't happen yet, because I blipped a couple times, because I don't know if you can hear her anymore. I've recorded the audio a couple times, and this is the last time I'm gonna do it, because this is a lot of stinking talking, and I'm done. I'm real close to being done. But if you don't follow me on other social media, then you don't know yet. But my little sister moved back in with me, so if you can hear her in the background, she's down in her bedroom in the basement and she is singing. And so, yeah, be nice. So I'm hoping you can't hear it a whole lot anymore. Because turned on the sensitivity and I'm using a different headset because my other headset is super duper sensitive and it can pick up freaking anything. I don't know, a fart on the wind outside. But this one, it has, I think its clarity is a little bit better, but it's just not quite as sensitive, so I don't usually like it because my other one, I don't know, I think it sounds better. Anyway, moving along, picking out some game type areas, just general cute things. So there's Don't Wake the Llama for kids, for adults, a little hookah area. I popped in the foosball table. I think it works well there, though I did take it out, actually. Because as kind of neat as it is, it kind of bothered me, just kind of low-key bothered me, that I didn't have the pipe organ in. And I know that's not a big deal, but I feel like because it is a vampire area and that's one of the things that they're gonna ask to do, to have it available so you don't have to buy it and put it in your house. I have it at my main character's house, because I built her a whole freaking chapel for it, and I think it works. I think it works for me and it works for the type of game that I have, or that I'm playing. Like it works for her character to actually have that in the house. It is a lot more Victorian, Edwardian, classic style. So yeah. So here I was toying with the idea of like, oh, maybe I'll do it anyway, and then no, screw it. I don't want to. So yeah, I'm just showing you all of the little rooms as well as double checking that everything got painted, got covered, there's floor everywhere, everything has lights. Yeah, this is what I did with the backyard. I skipped it because bleh, I was done. So yeah, that's it. I threw some stuff outside, mostly for the kids, and that's it. We're done. It is up on the gallery. You are completely free to use it, to play with it for whatever your heart desires. Tear it to bits. I don't even care. If you re-upload it, please, give me props. That it hurts my feelings when I see my builds. And I I'm not credited. That makes me sad. So yeah, you can look under my profile, or you can just search it. It is Forgotten Hellllo Center. Alright, I love you so much. Bye bye!